the first time you legit said, I'm gonna cook for y'all?
Well, okay, so my first big event that, that I can say I got paid to do, I'm the type I really set myself up for failure.
Oh,
like,
wow.
And that's
say with the smile.
and that's being honest because I always think I can do more than what I can do. I'm optimistic in that way.
Good for you. That,
so when I did my first event, it was for 110 people. It was a wedding.
Man, I thought it was like 10 people.
No, it was 110.
And he put pressure on himself.
Yeah,
I tried telling him the experience guy.
Okay. Would you have done like a first event for 110 or no?
We did one. Speaking of that, for a good buddy of mine where I used to work. We did it in Indiana.
Okay.
And without him, my wife, and everybody else, how many? Like 200, 250 people.
Yeah.
And it was 4 of you, about.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we provided everything.
Yeah.
And serving.
Wow.
And,
it was that event,
Wait, was this the same event?
No, two different ones,
Okay, so your experience with that, what did you tell him after learning that?
All I said, what went on.
Yeah.
So you have to adjust yourself and you have to make sure, time-wise, you're ahead of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you can't be late anywhere, even if it's in the backyard. If you made a promise, you have to be there. I like to be there like an hour before. Mm-hmm. That way everything's set up.
You know what you're getting yourself into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The ambiance, the environment, everything, okay?
So, with him, every now and then he'll come, Dad, can't tell him no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what happened on that?
So that event, it was crazy. I had started slowly doing just kind of pop-up type thing. Hey, I'm gonna have brisket sandwiches this weekend.
Right.
Sandwich, chips, drink, $8. Something, just.
And grilling here at home.
Yeah, it was just here at home, or we'd find an empty location, in the Heights or somewhere like that, and just have it, word of mouth, family, friends, social media. And then a good friend of mine graduated from Reagan with me. She's like, hey, could you do this event? It's my wedding. And I was like, yeah, sure, I can do it. Dude, I do things like that all the time. Yeah, and it always sounds easier than what it is.
Right.
On paper it looks like, oh, you just go buy the meat, you marinate it, you do this,
Grilling is grilling.
Yeah, it's gonna be a cakewalk. Okay, well, we're getting a quote from such and such, for this much, and we need somebody to serve, and that doesn't include this. And I was like, that's it? I was like, yeah, I can do it.
Do you now looking back? Do you feel like you lowballed it, money wise? Or no? That's a good point you bring up. Everything I do when it comes to the barbecue aspect and stuff like that in the business, it's a business, overall, but I don't do it for the money. I really don't do it for the money. When I cook, orders, on the weekends, honestly, I don't make more than $20, $30, enough to buy some beer and ice to last me through the night to cook, when it that's smart.
When it comes to that, everybody
like doing it
because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
And once it becomes a business, once it becomes my job, I feel like everything else, the fun aspect leaves, and then you don't get the same outcome that you look for.
It's just a chore.
Exactly. It's just another job.
So let me ask you this: with that experience of your first 110, did you enjoy that experience, or did it feel like the job aspect that you're saying?
Oh no, it was all that and more. It was a great experience.
Like the pressure.
That adrenaline, that rush, that I gotta get this done. I have people counting on me.
Yeah.
That I think that was more than $1, could provide. And to sit back. I didn't do it all on my own. I try to teach my brother how to do it. And
you know, we got some good feedback on the chicken.
Nice.
And he did that on his own, you know, and said, hey, you know, this is how you do, this is how, you know, I want it done, but I'm gonna let you do it.
Right.
You know?
Okay.
And so he worked for me from Friday to Sunday.
That's when he became a man.
I mean,
And you're
I mean, he got battle scars to prove it, you know?
Oh, you got
yeah, he got
you finally got the,
you know?
did you own me?
So he marinated the chicken and stuff like that, and you know, and I was like, hey, you gotta be careful. You can't rush, you know, and that's one thing my dad always told us: if you're gonna do it right. Don't rush. Don't you know? Don't try to hurry up. You know, that's where you're gonna make mistakes. And that's where you know it's gonna taste nasty or whatever. So you know, he's doing it and he's taking off chickens, and I was like, hey, you know, start from the back and work your way forward.
Okay.
Well, like me, when my dad would tell me something, I'm like, whatever, I got this. You know? And sure enough, he was turning it from the front. You know, he had to reach back to go grab chicken. When he did, he touched that top part of that grate, and all you hear was, ah! And I was like, what happened? He's like, I'm good. You know? But he finished his chicken, and then after that, he's like, I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. you know, and then,
I don't even know I'm out here.
yeah, you know, like a couple hours later, after, you know, he kind of settled down, he's like, hope you know you're paying for me workman's comp for this. I was like, you know, you're a contractor, you don't get that type of benefits, you know. But going back to the whole event, I mean, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I learned a lot from that event. I learned that I can't say I can handle all this by myself. You know, I had to depend on other people, but also understand now that, you know, it's okay to ask for more help. It's okay to have more help than what you need, whether it runs smooth rather than, you know, the hustle and bustle of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it was a great learning experience.
But it was a success. Everybody was happy with it.
You know, the bride, the groom were happy with it. We got so many compliments on it. We got, you know, a lot of leads from that. And I think that first event is what kind of put us in the forefront of things, you know, to do more events. You know, after that, I did another wedding.
Okay.
You know, it was a smaller wedding, but, you know, I did another wedding. I've done.
You were already prepared for it mentally.
Yeah,
and
mentally
knew what you were
prepared.
getting into.
Exactly.
It ran a lot smoother than the first one.
Oh yeah, I mean, granted the size was a lot different, but
Yeah.
you know, it was. I mean, the first event was, you know, beef fajitas, chicken fajitas, salsa, pico de gallo, you know, all the sides and stuff like that. So it wasn't really of what I've transitioned to into the barbecue aspect, you know, smoking aspect, but it was still a catering event, you know, of size, you know. So it was kind of, you know, the opposite, but the same in retrospect of it. So
So it pretty much